That's not what I'm finna do. I'm not doing that. Life's too short. I don't even know if God's gonna allow me to wake up in the morning. You want me to play with you? No, I'm not doing that.
It looks like we are on live stream now. Circa's in the house.
Hey, hey, Miss Erica. I'm excited. Yeah,
It's
I'm
you
so
going
excited.
to bro?
I got to come back to the camera now.
Let me just tell you, Jimmy, this is Candace. I'm gonna speak to a little bit about what Aaliyah just said about God will shake the foundation when you don't listen, baby. For like the past, oh God, probably I'll say a little over a year, he's been tugging at me and I'm hard headed. I don't listen. And he, baby, when I tell you he got me to my knees, he broke me down. And he broke me down hard to the point where it like my marriage started to crumble. Like everything, just Satan was showing up out of nowhere. Literally today, this morning, it kind of all just boiled over like this whole year fiasco. Crying and I just couldn't do nothing. It got to a point where even my husband, we both broke down and cried. And I mean, we've been throwing up divorce this. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. Do you know this morning it just was, oh God, I'm trying not to cry. Whew, my God.
Why? And that's another thing. That's another thing that God has taught me because I grew up in a household where what stays in this house goes on in this house. You don't have no right to have your emotions. Now,
Mm-hmm.
you want to cry, cry. You got a right to feel how you feel. You have every right to feel how you feel. That's the whole. That's the whole point. That's really why me and God got close because I said, you know what, God, I hear you. I hear
Yeah.
you. I understand. I've been putting everybody's feelings before mine. I've been ignoring everything you've been trying to say to me because I'm too busy trying to help other people. And there's nothing wrong with helping other people, but you can't help nobody but
Mm-hmm.
until you help yourself.
First, word.
And that's exactly what it was. It everything just I was like, God, I don't have any more in my cup to pour into other people. I am empty. And even in my marriage, like we're at odds, and I'm just like the devil right now. Let me tell y'all, he is angry. Ooh, he mad. Because
Some be
this
putting
morning we both fell on our knees and prayed together, something that we have not done. It's been a very long time, and my husband's joined the group, y'all. So I'm truly grateful about that. He outside with us.
Yay, I'm
So
excited. He's outside.
uh,
Yeah.
yeah.
and
Uh,
we was like, yeah, divorce who? Divorce nothing. We in this thing 15 years. We where you going? And I just thank God.
Go in the
I
other
thank
room and
God this has been a blessing.
And let me just say something because I don't think that you guys that are married and have built a foundation really understand how hard it is. Yeah, I'm young, but I have been through so much, but I'm thankful that I've been through what I've been through because listen here, one thing that I know somebody told me they was like, yeah, you so strong. And then I was talking to God one day. I was at the park. This is why I go to the park station because he started talking to me. He said they can't break something they didn't do. And I write poetry a lot. I'm a writer. I don't. I'm not. I used to be that type of person that did not know how to express how I felt. But you give me a pen and page, I'm writing it out, baby. Me and the page is going. We going at it, okay? And let me say, it's not easy in this former generation because the values of marriage and sex and all of that stuff is no longer valued. Is no longer seen for what it
most
truly
now,
is. So I applaud you guys for fighting for y'all marriage because it's hard. I'm 22 years old and
It
I am not
is.
dating. I am not dating because I am tired. I have set boundaries and you either gonna respect me. I'm not gonna be nasty to you, but I'm a nice to tell you about yourself to where your tail gonna want to get tucked under your behind. And I'm gonna do it kindly through the grace of God. And still tell you at the end of the day, I hope you be safe. I still love you. So I think that's a beautiful thing that y'all are fighting for y'all marriage because marriage these days ain't really seen too much. Just gonna be honest.
And it's not, and we've grown through a lot. I'm 30 years old. We've been together since we was 15. The same person. And
Oh, I
so
love that. I love that.
we have gone through honey, the storm. We
That is
have
so
gone through
beautiful
it.
to me. Like, oh, I love that. You don't understand how much and that's another thing. I learned and I'm still learning because I'm learning that God, I don't have this one gift. I learned that quick. Like when Cerca said that basically he uses people to do certain things, I done done things that don't even make sense. Just gonna put it out there. I didn't pull pain out of somebody before. I didn't be in a counselor before when you used to be. Cause I realized God put me in a place. I'm thinking it was because I was just going through my own pain. I'm going through what I'm going through. But like she said, God will put you in places where you may be going through something, but the whole time I realize people watching. They seeing what I'm going through. I don't even gotta talk. Don't even have to say nothing. And they always tell me all the time, don't you change, sweetheart. You have a pure heart. You have a big heart. I'm thinking the whole time I'm invisible because I be in my bubble. I'm gonna just be honest. Half the time I'm not as sociable. I be in my bubble. I speak, don't get me wrong, I have conversations. But when it comes down to the wire, I'm not. I be in my bubble. So I don't think nobody is seeing the picture of me. I don't think nobody see me, which I don't know why, because I am 5'9" and 3/4. But I forget sometimes.
Hey y'all.
Oh, Circle.
Hey,
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 hey, hey.
Hi.
y'all.
Hey,
How
Hey,
y'all doing?
Cerca.
Like, we in the building.
Good, good.
Who brought me a plate of food from Sunday dinner is all I want to know. Who made cornbread?
I got you,
Anybody?
Circa. Smothered chicken and rice. I got you,
I'm
girl.
on my way.
That's where I need to be. That's what
My
I'm talking
husband,
about.
well, my fiance made some,
who's
made some
dropping
On
the
YouTube too.
location? I had chicken from
I'm in zone.
KFC.
Okay, y'all. So when we do this meet and greet, we gonna need to listen. When we do our meet and greet, y'all, it's gonna probably be in a restaurant that we can like kind of. Cause I like to eat and talk. I don't know
What
about
is
y'all. I want to be able to wiggle my
Me
toes and
too.
unloosen my belt. So wherever we go, I ain't trying to have no dry meet and greet. I need a table where I can prop my book up and eat and talk to y'all. Cause I ain't about to be hungry for no 6 hours. I'm telling y'all right now, I'm not gonna be able to
Right.
do it. So get y'all money ready because we gonna have our meet and greet at a restaurant or somewhere where we can have some food. Cause I'm not about to
We
be
should
hungry.
do some sort of like a pot, not a potluck, Lord, but a banquet type of thing where we have food catered in
that
and
sounds
have
good
I
too?
think
a private room.
I
Don't
think we
forget,
should do
y'all, I
it.
graduate culinary school, September 17th. So,
Are you
Oh,
nice though?
and I'm in
Where is
fine
it
fiance
gonna
dining.
house.
be at?
okay. Well, we gonna do a couple of them, y'all. And it's
That
another
food
brother
is
on here.
settled.
He's from the West Indies. You know, so he got that whole Caribbean feel. Like we could do. I'm gonna tell y'all, I like food from all over. Now listen though, y'all.
Food is good for the soul, baby.
It sure is. This is why we gonna have some food, okay? So I think the first meet and greet is gonna be in Atlanta, y'all, and
I'm
then
with
the
it.
second one will probably be in Texas. Can
Yeah,
y'all mute
too.
y'all phones for me real quick? Everybody mute. Okay. All right. Sorry, y'all. Okay, so I think we will get food or cater or whatever, but I think the first one might be in Atlanta because the young lady said that. And then we'll do Texas. And then, yes, we'll come East Coast. I'm so with it. Like, I've been invited to Cali. So I'm going to try to do like main cities where maybe if you do have to drive, maybe it won't be nothing but an hour and a half, where if you don't have to get no hotel or we can do it early enough in the day to where, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, because you got to think, like if I do New York City, people that are in like Maryland and stuff like that could take the train and come up, or Connecticut, you know what I'm saying? An hour little ride or something like that. So I'm going to try to figure it out because I used to travel a lot, y'all. I'm going to try to come to Florida too. But see, you got to think like Florida, Memphis, Georgia. If we get a centrally located area, then people can kind of travel. Because I don't want y'all to have to spend a lot of money. That's the thing, okay? And then we always gonna do virtual too. So hey y'all, okay, so look, did y'all get a chance to read? Everybody just wave their hand if y'all got a chance to read, y'all. Like we do our church wave, y'all. I'm gonna go back over here. Did y'all? Everybody got okay. Okay, good job. Yes. So I just want to know, and this is a question I want to ask everybody. Y'all, if y'all got, it's okay if you didn't get a read. It's all right. We're going to go over it. We're going to go over it if you didn't get a chance to read it. But look at this, y'all. So y'all cannot tell me, those that read it, that this was not a little mind blowing, because our Bible always says torment or fire and brimstone. But it don't say, if I am a mother and I don't make my kids hold their tongue, that I'm going to be whipped with a fiery whip and beat and thrown on some coals and stomped by a worm. It don't say nothing about that, right? So when you think about torments, okay, first of all, I want y'all to write this down. 1 equals 1,000. Okay, y'all was supposed to read. Well, if you didn't, we're going to be reading the visions of Ezra. If you just Google the visions of Ezra, it's going to come up, y'all. Hold on, let me get to it. Give me a second, because I have this on my handy dandy notebook here. So give me a second. I should have went to my PDF. I'm just going to have to read it out of my book. Dang it. I was trying not to do that. Y'all, I need glasses.
Can you do that? Say where we're reading from one more time.
The vision of Ezra. So if you have the Old Testament Supergrapha, depending on the edition, it's going to be on page 587. And if it's not on 587, just flip through a little bit. Yes, y'all, my handy dandy notebook. Every tablet I have is my handy dandy notebook, y'all. And we going on an adventure. Y'all don't even know. And we going to use the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse thing. Y'all, all of that is relevant. What y'all don't know. Oh, toodles. And then the little thing going to pop up, y'all. And I'm going to be like, which one? Is it the? Oh, yeah. I had kids too. Don't worry about it. I know all of this stuff. Blues Clues. All of it. Bill Nye, the science guy. All of it. Don't forget Pee Wee Herman. He used to do some science too before he got weird. Visions of Ezra. The Visions of Ezra is in your first book. If you have the Old Testament, or if you have the PDF, or even if you're reading online, it's going to be the Visions of Ezra. All right, y'all. So did y'all write down 1 equals 1,000? All right, now, so we gonna write a little list and put down 5 things, 5 sins that you feel like you committed. 5 sins that you feel like you committed. Write down 5 sins that you feel like you committed. That you know, if Jesus himself was in a physical body, walking with you 24 hours a day, except for the toilets. And now even on the toilet, because there's some sins committed on the toilet too. So he in there on the toilet with you. Jesus with you all day. If he was right there, if you would not do this, then it's probably a sin. I'm going to give y'all some time. Do, 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 do. 5 things that you feel like is a sin, y'all, that you do. Like if Jesus was right there with you, you wouldn't do it. Ezra was. Okay, y'all. So I'm not really answering any questions about anything but Ezra right now, because I'm trying to get to a time when we I want y'all to understand what we reading. Okay. Like we got to start staying focused in some of our classes. Hey, y'all. So, okay, y'all got your little 5 sins down. Everybody got their 5 sins down. Okay. All right. So as we are going through this, what we getting ready to read, which I read already, the vision of Ezra. It's in your first book. I want you to think about 1 equals 1,000. So if for your sin, you were to happen to go to the lake or to this place that y'all read about in Ezra, just think about it, that one day in God's eyes is 1,000 years of our time. So is that sin, those sins on the paper that you won't do if Jesus was walking with you all day? No, don't list them for me, y'all. Don't list them for me. I want you to write them down on your papers. This is a mental thing for you. Okay. So if you wouldn't do it if Jesus was walking with you 24 hours a day, okay, and then one day equals 1,000 years, we'll say that for your first one, your punishment is 10 days. So write down by your first sin, your punishment is 10 days. By your second is 30 days. By your third is 60 days. By your fourth is 100 days. And by your fifth, he hit you with a cool 500 days. Y'all, write down 500 days. Now, see, if you ever been to jail, Cerca didn't win a few times. It's not a nice place. You can't really do what you want there. They tell you what to do, when to pee, when to shower, when to sleep. You got to watch the folks because they might be coming. Did I say that out loud? Don't say that. Don't say that. I've been to jail, y'all, a few times. And my mama don't come get you out of jail, honey. She do not come get you out. So if you go to jail, you in there until you owe her out or come up with the money. She said, I can tell you do whatever you did to go. So don't call me because I'm not spending my hard-earned money to come get you out. So no, she ain't going to do it. So we went to jail. Not that frequently, but we went. Not in a bad way. It was always for some crazy stuff. Y'all know. So anyway, okay, do the math, y'all. Y'all got y'all handy dandy notebooks. Put your calculators to the test. And if one day equals 1,000, how many years do each one of those sins get you in the lake of fire? In the lake of fire, it's a fire. Woo! Oh, my mama, well, you good, because my mama wasn't coming to get me. I had to sit down through there. She was not coming to get me. And she told us that when we was young. You go to jail, don't call me, baby, because I'm not coming to get you. And I didn't call her either, y'all. I was in the clank. They had me, they wouldn't let me out. They had me locked up and wouldn't let me out. Jesus, please get me out of here. Lord, I will do whatever you tell me. Just please let me out. Okay. So I ain't rushing people. I'm going to try to give y'all some time. Y'all got y'all numbers together. Yeah, TT baby, you know.
Greetings. Yes, I'm in here.
Man, we are like
Cerca,
700,000 years of punishment.
Yeah. Okay, wait, y'all. Hold on. Wait, y'all. Wait. Hold on. Let me say this, y'all. Let me say this real quick. Okay? We gotta do the hand system, y'all, only because I want people to be able to feel heard. And y'all, today, because we're not gonna be on here till 10 o'clock. So today you get 2 minutes and I'm gonna give me a timer. You go over 2 minutes and we hanging up on you. Y'all, this is like the grandma that don't be wanting to get off the line. You be like, okay, grandma, okay. I ain't saying, but so that everybody can get heard, y'all, because folks be getting mad because they be wanting to feel heard, y'all. And because certain people just always pop up to the top, I just be going. But I don't want y'all yelling at me. Y'all are aggressive. When the mob come on, I haven't heard some shirts made to say the Cerca Trova people is aggressive. So when I feel like y'all being aggressive, I'm just gonna hold my shirt up like this. Cause y'all aggressive. Y'all is aggressive. Okay, so Did y'all do y'all math? Everybody do your math? Okay, we moving on from the math. Hey, y'all. Okay, so Miss India. Mm-hmm. Don't tell me what your number 3 sin is, but tell me what your sentence time is for your number 3 sin.
60,000.
Oh,
right.
Okay.
If 1 equals 1,000 and we have 60 days there, that's 60,000.
Oh, okay. So, okay. Did you do the homework and read a little bit?
I didn't get to read it. I started, but you know, I got Sion over here.
It's okay. So just let me ask you this. Is anything that you do, because now we're getting ready to go through, I'm going to get these 2 questions, and then we're going to go through and read it for the people that didn't get a chance so they know what we're talking about, okay? We got to give everybody, just, let them get that information. But is your number 3 sin worth 60,000 years of torment?
Not at all.
Okay. All right. Can I move on to the next person? Is that okay? Mm-hmm. Okay. Miss Rochelle, for your number 5, what you get? How much time you get for your number 5, Miss Rochelle?
Okay. I'm at work, so I'm on the Zoom because my lady's sitting in the car. But my number 5 is a 500. I didn't get to do the math though.
Okay. So is whatever your number 5 is worth about 50,000 or I'm sorry, is it 500,000 years, y'all? Girl. It's 500,000 years, right? Is whatever your number 5?
Oh. No, it ain't worth it. And I don't even want to do it no more. It's okay.
Oh, okay. All right.
Like,
so
we're gonna go ahead. Yeah.
We're gonna go ahead and read. Can everybody mute their phone? Because I want the new people to understand what's going on so they can understand why we're doing this time. Okay. All right, y'all. So I'm gonna read a little bit and I'm just gonna get through like the first little thing. Y'all can read with me. Okay. Y'all ready? Shake your hands at me, y'all, if y'all ready. Y'all ready to read? Okay, good job. Okay. So it says, Ezra prayed to the Lord saying, grant me courage. Now look, if you got to get courage, that means you got to see something scary. Okay? Remember that. Oh, God, please give me courage, Jesus. Because you got 2 angels on the side of you talking about taking you to hell. Hold on. Wait a minute. And it's a movie called Drag Me to Hell. Y'all remember that movie, Drag Me to Hell? Do y'all know that demon is in our giant book and in our demon book? But moving on. The Lamia is in there. Okay, the Lamia is in our book. But anyway, okay. It says, grant me the courage, O Lord, that I might not fear when I see the judgments of the sinners. Y'all write down judgments of the sinners or highlight that in your book if you haven't, underlined it. Judgments of the sinners. We wrote down our sins. We wrote down just 5 of them. Okay. And we broke down the punishment for 1 day, however many days. Okay. Thank you so much. So it says, and there were granted to him 7 angels of hell. Write down 7 angels of hell, please. Okay. All right, y'all. It says, who carried him beyond the 70th grade into the infernal regions. And he saw fiery gates. And at these gates, he saw 2 lions lying there, from whose mouth and nostrils and eyes proceeded the most powerful flames. So there's a lion, 2 of them, the fire-breathing lions. We was worried about dragons. Y'all ever seen a fire-breathing lion? Anyone? No? Might want to write that down. That's the first thing you're going to see when you get to this place. A fire-breathing lion. Their teeth is already scary and their claws is already scary. No more than you make them breathe fire. You trying to scare people for real. Okay, torments. All right, there we go. So, and it said from their mouth, their nostrils, and their eyes. So not only do they breathe fire, fire comes out of their eyes and their nostrils. That's spooky. Okay, and it says the most powerful men were entering and passing through the fire, and it did not touch them. And Ezra said, who are they who advance so safely? Okay, y'all. So everybody is going to have to go through the fire. Everybody is going to have to go through this place. But some people get to advance safely. Let's find out who those people are. Do y'all remember from the Zoom this morning, we talked about alms? Y'all remember we talked about alms? And I said, y'all got to start giving alms. Remember, look at this. It says, and Ezra said, who are they that advance so safely? And the angel said to him, they are the just whose repute has ascended to heaven, who gave alms generously. Y'all see that? See, y'all don't even know Cerca was putting y'all on. I'm trying to make sure y'all don't go to the fiery gates, honeys. Do you see? I said, hey, give your money to the poor, to the people that ain't got it, to the baby mama, to the homeless first dinner. And y'all see right here that the first people that pass over and ain't getting drugged down in this fire is the people that gave alms. See, I've been putting y'all on it. Y'all didn't even know. Look at that. Okay, so it says, and they clothed the naked and desired a good desire. That means that they thought good about the life and tried to make sure they was doing the best thing and not said now to hurt people. Okay, moving on. He said, and others were entering that they might pass through the gates, and the dogs were ripping them apart, and fire was consuming them. Oh, wait a minute, hold on. Hold up. Hold on, cool. As the folks in the Midwest, hold on, cool. Hold up. Wait a minute, hold on. So these people that gave to the poor, they walked through the fire, walked through the lions, and all of this, and they was cool. But here comes some other people, and they getting ripped apart by dogs and drugged into the fire, y'all. They didn't even make it through the door good. Let's see what they did. And Ezra said, Jesus, who is that? Oh, Lord, what they do? What did they do? He said, the angel said, the Lord, they denied the Lord and sinned with women on the Lord's day. And Ezra said, Lord, have mercy on the sinners. Y'all, Ezra was like, Lord Jesus, wait a minute, can I pray for them? Is there anything that I can do for them while they over here? No, I'm sorry, there's nothing, because it's too late, right? He said, and Ezra said, Lord, have mercies on the sinners. And then he said, and they led him lower beyond the 50th grade. And they saw in that place men standing in torments. Some were throwing fire in their faces, and others were whipping them with the fiery scourge. Now, who went and looked up what a scourge is? Did anybody go look up what a scourge is? Y'all know what a scourge is? A scourge is a whip. So if we go back and read that, I'm going to go back and paraphrase in our day what that says to me when I read it, right? It says some were throwing hot ashes or hot coals in their face, and somebody was standing behind them with a whip from slavery that is on fire, beating their back. So you got somebody throwing hot fire in your face, and at the same time, you are simultaneously being whipped with a whip that is on fire. Look at your first 5 sins to see if any of that is worth this. And mind you, if your time there for that one sin is the amount of time that you multiply, this is 1,000 years is one day, y'all. So you gonna have hot coals thrown. Just think if you do one day of that. If you say, okay, you only got to have one day of this, that's still 1,000 years of straight, constant fire being thrown in your face and whips you being hit. What first 5 sins? You just write down 5 sins that if Jesus was walking with you, you wouldn't do it. Those are your sins. And then write down 1 equals 1,000. And then you multiply those. Okay. All right. So look. And the earth cried out, saying, whip them and refuse to have mercy on them because they worked impiety on me. Do y'all know that impiety is sin? The word impiety is sin, y'all. Okay. That's why I really want y'all to look these words up so you can really know, not just reading it. Google these words if this is not something you use in your everyday life, and look up and see what it means, y'all. So it says, the angel said they dwelled with married women. Sneaky linkers that think it's okay to sneaky link on your spouse, that you told God that you would honor above all others. We might get some folks to leave after this But if you want to know what your punishment is, if God don't forgive you for that, while you sneaking and creeping, the judgment is you're going to have fire thrown in your face and be whipped with a fiery whip for that. Is it worth it? I just want to know, because I know you ain't getting more than 4 hours, whatever you getting. I'm telling you right now. And that's 4 of our hours, not his. Now, that'll be a different story if you was getting 4 guys' hours, baby, but you're not. So think about the math, okay? I'm just going to say. All right. Okay, here we go. So it says, with them and refuse to have mercy. Write this down. Refuse to have mercy. Because guess what, y'all? In your heavenly body that you're going to get, there is no pain tolerance. There is no going into shock. It is a merciless body. So whatever it is that your punishment is, you will feel every single bit of that pain for the whole time. Ain't no blacking out and going into shock, y'all. And now remember, one day is 1,000 years. And it says in other editions, it says incessantly, which means without stopping. Sneaky link if you want to. Let these people talk you into it if you want to. Because they ain't go. And guess what? The crazy thing is this. All those people singing those songs to you. When you walk, y'all, we gonna read it. One of the judgments is you gotta walk that long green mile by yourself to the other side. And Jesus and God is on the other side of it. They not gonna be there. Can't nobody, you can't say, GC told me to, and Nicki Minaj said, he gonna be like, you gonna, but what did I say? What did I tell you? First of all, you lied to me because you stood up in front of the judge or the pastor or whoever and took a vow. Do y'all know it's better not to vow than a vow and don't keep it? Oh, baby, you bringing damnation on your own family, on your children when you lie to God and do some stuff like that. This is why kids be going through, and they normally take divorce the hardest. Ain't that crazy? Okay, let's keep moving. Ooh, okay. So it says, with them and have mercy on them because they worked in piety on me. They dwell with married women. The married women who adorn themselves not for their husbands, but that they might please others, desiring an evil desire. So to dress yourself up for a nut, like how y'all, and I'm not knocking nobody, but if you are a married woman and you on the internet in your underwear, it's your punishment. Men, same for y'all. Ain't that scary? Mind you, if infidelity is your sin, and it's number 5, that's 500,000 years. And you only been there 500 days. That's in our time, 1.5 years. And you've been there 500,000 years. Is it worth it? Yes, Zoom user. I don't know the name.
Hey, it's High Priestess.
Hi.
I love you so much. Let me just send you some love from my heart chakra to yours. But I wanted to say, does that correlate with poly as well? Does that correlate with poly in, like, Pacific Islander indigenous? Because I am mostly indigenous and Irish, like yeah. So with that already being my background, like in certain tribes that I do have family members in, they do practice poly, you know what I mean? Mostly the woman usually has multiple men and she's able to have children with each of those men. But the difference in our culture, you have your own village as the woman. Like, women own the village, like they're the leaders there. But the men, okay, say you have 2 men, you have 2 houses right next to each other, but with privacy and stuff like that. Would that be still seen in the eyes of God? Because I consider God an energy. So that's what I'm asking. Would that still be targeted towards me if I ended up trying to follow the footsteps of my ancestors who do, like, follow in that way of life, that lifestyle? Just wanted to
I
ask
want to tell you something. You just don't even know that for the last 4 years, y'all, when I was being rebellious, y'all, I told y'all I'm a spiritual being in a fleshly body. But I want to say this. You don't even know that talking to you just answered some amazing things, because I used to joke and say, I'm moving to one of the countries where the women have all of the husbands, y'all. I say that jokingly to my friends all the time. And now I actually get to meet somebody that is from the lineage of a tribe that actually does
My
that. Now, it is
mother
a joke.
actually used to be in Puerto Rico, and she was helping the tribes build houses and stuff like that. And she would see how the women, the men honored the women. They would go out. The men would still do what they do. This is how the men are supposed to do. The men are supposed to go do the stuff. Then they bring you back with the resources so you're able to create it. But if you're not able to create everything, that is your partner. That is the person that stands in that position to do that. Now, when it comes down to picking your man, the woman picks the man. The woman picks the man. And it was like kind of similar when I met my twin flame. He picked me, but I picked him as well. But he caught on to the energy and he was drawn. And this is another thing about the whole twin flame connection. It is a spiritual connection. That is your first person of your first person of your first person. It is important. When you guys come together, you raise the vibration of the earth. When twin flames have sex, it's the same as an angel having sex with another angel.
Okay, we got babies on here, so you got to use code words like shopping. Sorry. Okay, so y'all, if y'all want to talk about intimacy, we gonna call it shopping, y'all, because sometimes people's babies are listening. And for the newbies, y'all don't know, but we got moms that are home with their babies, so we always got to use code words, okay? So no vulgar stuff. You didn't know, it's okay. Guess what? Yeah. We learning together. We learning together. But we do have babies around, so we use the code word shopping.
Shopping, yes, okay.
So I want to say I do know about energy. I also want to know that I have studied your culture, which is so pretty cool. I'm telling you, it's so cool. When I tell y'all I do anthropology and sociology, because you cannot study and understand if you don't study all. See, y'all probably was like, I wonder what Cerca gonna say. Cerca didn't been thinking about it, honey. Moving to the Polynesian places. But I know the
Lord. Another thing, the Slavic people do this too. I have Slavic people in my family, and they wear a lot of different colors, and they'll tell you exactly what the colors mean and everything. My grandmother had a grimoire like this huge. She died at 105 years old when I was 5 years old. She taught me everything from 2 years old and up. We went over majority of the things that you have said. I just wanted to tell you, I'm so happy to see someone, a person of color, coming on here and talking about this, because this is really important. People don't understand. This is your life. This is your life. My grandmother taught me how to even write words as a child to protect myself. Like, I even know how to create entities and servitor spirits because of her. You need, guys, open your minds, open your expansion, open your
expansion. Okay. It's okay. It's okay. So I just want to say that I believe that everything is conviction. So if God does not want you to be in something, because y'all got to think, in other cultures, men are allowed to have several wives because that's how God set it up. But see, this is the thing. Humans always abuse stuff. Okay. And they don't know how to just stop. And this is why God says to do everything in moderation. Now, there are some cultures that have taken on their own view, right? And some of that comes from the worship of the giants and their children, the mythological gods, right? So there was a lot of things that started when these giants came down and when they were introduced into our genome, y'all. It changed a lot of things. And they started to make up their own rules. And that was the whole reason as to why they made their own race, right? They made their own race of people. God never told them to do that. And when they did that, y'all see what happened. There was a lot of stuff that got messed up. So that being said, God will let you know. And that's something that was built into us, an innate thing to know right from wrong. He gave every human being that. Now, whether you choose to listen to it is on you. Okay? Whether you choose to listen to it is on you, right? When I say, what do I believe and what have I read, for if you live in a culture where you are allowed to have a lot of wives and you take those vows with those wives, you have to be like Solomon and David and all these people. They had wives and they had concubines, but they had to treat them right. And too, that was the custom, right? It's still African cultures now where you can have as many wives as you can take care of. You see what I'm saying? That's a thing, because that is their culture. And honestly, that's the way that God started it out. Right? It was to populate the earth. But now that the earth is populated, it can, I guess it just depends on where you live. But I would say for what we have over here, where we are at, it is one man to one woman. That is what we've been taught. Right? But if I go to Africa, then the laws over there is if I marry a man, and depending on the culture that I'm in, I might have sister wives. You see what I'm saying? Because that's the culture over there. And that is how God started it. I mean, with Adam and Eve, yes, it was just them two. But after that, all of these other people had, they had other wives. We know Solomon had 200 wives and 700 concubines, wasn't it? He had a lot, right? Miss Antonia, go ahead, y'all, and then I'm gonna finish reading.
Hi, Cerca. Again, you are absolutely amazing. So I'm very blessed
so
because of you. So again, I just want to make sure that I'm understanding as well for my own spiritual growth, right? So I think mankind has a tendency to kind of take what God used to create. So God stated that he gave that permission to populate the earth and to have the multiple wives and so on. But this is now man's law, that cultures would actually say that we have multiple wives or we have multiple husbands or whatever the case may be, and still interpret that to still remain under God's decree, which is not the case, because what God created for his purpose, that purpose was served. So if we continue to do that, but justify that as based off our own culture, that does not necessarily make it God's law still. It goes into some of the interpretation of mankind or womankind just creating our own laws, but using the interpretation of what God originated. Does that make sense? Because I'm just trying to make sure that I'm understanding that we're not saying that this is a continuation and approval by God as long as everyone involved is in agreement.
Well, this is the thing. The reason that is, like I said, a sticky thing, because like in other cultures that were started before our American culture that have older books of the Bible than we do, they still practice that. And I believe that's why God also added in the laws of the land of where you are. You see what I'm saying? Because this is the thing. If I go to Africa and it is an Ethiopian or a certain African thing and they believe in Christ, you see what I'm saying? But their culture has not been Americanized, then they are still living. And I can't say that God is wrong with that, because I can't say that that's wrong because I'm not God. Do you see what I'm saying? We have been told over here, this is the only way that it can be. But think about this too, right? Africa is the richest continent and God does everything for a reason. Okay. So there were so many resources, still is so many resources over there. And it's amazing that that is where he started the world population, right? And he says, if you can afford wives, have as many as you want, right?
Right, but when you come, okay, so for myself, I'm not American, so I'm from the West Indies, I'm from Haiti. So of course, in my culture, the things that I have seen and experienced from my family and so on, and from generation, many who are here in this culture would find that to be fairy tales, right? But there is something innate within you that, whether you want to call that the spirit that resides in you, that tells you whether or not it is an adorned way of living. There's a number of practices. I have family members who did practice voodoo. Because I was raised in it and saw it, it didn't necessarily mean that this was the right thing to do, but that was a prominent thing within my culture. Right. But there is also something within us that tells us the way that we should be. So for me, it's just trying to understand that we are doing the right thing, because as I read the blessed of the visions of Ezra, And when you hear that a woman is hung and constantly being whipped because they dwelled with their mother, and then it's just, oh my, to that degree, the life that you live now, you start to question every single thing that you do. You start to make sure that, are you living that way? Because to your point that you said many times, you are fighting for your soul. You know, in traditional churches, you're raised to say that, you know, the Old Testament was created by God, but Jesus came and we are to follow that New Testament. So whatever that happened before, we can just disregard that as long as you believe in Christ. But really, that's not the case. Based on these lost books, there's quite a lot that we are very much sinners. And it's just that knowledge to say, are we really, really walking the faith? And
Okay,
truly
so
being that reflection.
this is the thing. That's why I have y'all read this. But like I said, if we go to a Muslim culture, they're allowed to have that many wives, but they have to be faithful to that union that they all made. Now, the whole woman to man ratio, I'm gonna be honest. Like I said, I used to joke about it, but I don't necessarily agree because I've done research of where that came from too. You see what I'm saying? And it was like the worship of female goddesses and trying to take over the patriarchal society that God built, right? Well, actually, he didn't even really build, because he built a patriarchal and matriarchal society, because it says that he built Adam and Eve side by side. He made them, right? Men, like they, when it says he made Adam, he called Adam and Eve Adam. So he made them equal. Right now, man has woman or down, or like in this one, okay, now the woman is instead of still just making everybody equal, which is what God did. He made man on side of woman. That's why we came out of his side, for real. They can try to explain it away, but it is what it is, right? But like I said, that also goes to your culture. And then, like you said, you could be raised because there are people that are raised Satanists and they pray to Lucifer, but some of them, well, all of them, God speaks to every single person on this planet. It's not one planet. It said it's not one person that is not going to hear the word of the Lord. And that's why I believe that when I go and I read my Hindu books and the creation of the gods and all these books from all these other cultures, when I see the same story, all of them have a savior that comes that looks like them. And it says Jesus went out into the world. So he taught this everywhere, right? He taught it everywhere. Now, whether that race of people or that group of people or section of people chose to honor what he said, well, we know that when Moses went up on the mount, or Abraham, it was Moses, he wasn't even gone that long, and the folks already had started worshiping idols, making up their own stuff. So, yes, there are cultures that do that, but I believe in your heart that if God, hey, y'all, if God is speaking to you, whatever it is that you're doing, he's going to let you know that he's not pleased with it. Okay. But y'all, let me get to reading, because there's a lot of people that didn't get a chance to read. So let me finish this real quick, because I want folks to hear this. Okay. And then we'll do some questions and stuff. So let's go to the next page. And it says, and again, they brought him to the south, and he saw fire and poor ones, and also women hanging, and angels were whipping them with fiery clubs. Do y'all know what a fiery club is? It's a bat. A long, big, ugly bat. So a bat that is on fire. That's pretty scary. And Ezra said, Lord, have mercy on the sinners. Who are they? And the angel said, they dwell with their mothers, desiring an evil desire. And Ezra said, Lord, have mercy on the sinners. So we've seen on the internet that there's young girls and their moms that are sleeping together, and young boys and their mamas that are sleeping together and in a relationship. It's right here. What the punishment is for that. To lay with your mother or your father. Okay? So then it says, and they led him downward into the infernal regions, and he saw a cauldron. Now, we've been talking about this. I said, it's somebody that got a video out right now, and it's two men in a cauldron. Didn't I? Okay, here we go. And in which were sulfur and bitumen. Y'all know what bitumen is? Tar. So sulfur and tar. And it was rolling just like the waves of the sea. And the just were entering, and in the midst of it, they were walking over the fiery waves, praising greatly the name of the Lord, just like those who walked over cold water. So hold on, y'all. Look, the saved people, or the people that actually are still going to heaven, Do y'all notice that God is sending them through first? They're having to go through the same thing, but they are not being affected by it. Did y'all pay attention to that? So sinner or good person, we all gonna have to pass through this transitional place. But how you live determines on if you pass through safely and unscathed by you're not burned or ripped apart. It depends on how you lived on this side. Okay, look, y'all, this crazy. It says, and Ezra said, who are they? And the angel said, they are the ones who were daily making a better confession before God and the holy priests, freely bringing alms and resisting sins. There go that word again, y'all. Write down alms. So all the people that don't clench their hand up got a better deal with going to heaven, because most of the times that the people went to heaven, they was a giving person, giving to the people in need. That's crazy. Y'all see that? They go to wear alms again, and they walk right on over the flames and all of that. That's yeah. It says, and the sinners came wishing to pass over, and the angels of hell came and submerged them in a fiery stream or river. So the sinners tried to come like, oh, bro, they got across. I know I'm good. Oh, girl, I know her. I know her. But he don't know that she asked for forgiveness and started reading these books. And that's why she fell off. Right? Because it says you have your memory. You're going to remember every time that you deny Jesus. You're going to be reminded of that. If you go to hell or whatever, you're going to be reminded of every time that you said, I don't want it. That ain't my life. I ain't about that life. I'm cool. I'm cool over here. Your memory ain't going nowhere, y'all. So even though your body leaves, your memory is going with you. Every time you walk past, wouldn't that be torment? If God showed you every time that you had an opportunity to do right and you didn't, and if that was a part of your punishment, every time you walk past a bum, but you didn't know it was an angel, he showed you. See, you didn't know this was Michael, and this was the blessing you missed out on. I know that's going to be a part of the torment because it talks about it in some of these other books. That's pretty spooky. Okay, that's pretty spooky. That would be torment, y'all. To know that every time that God offered you to himself, he was going to have a screen there to remind you of every single time that you rejected him. I'm just saying. Okay. So let's see what went on with them. So, and look, it said, and they were submerged in a fiery stream, and from the fire, they cried out saying, Lord, have pity on us. But he did not have pity. Remember I told y'all ain't going to be no pity? Write down no pity. No pity. There is no mercy, y'all, on the other side. If you're destined, if your thing is hell, and I'm not trying to scare nobody. I want y'all to understand, and now y'all see why I got all these books, because I need to understand. Wait a minute, Jesus. It is. I did the timeline. That little 4 minutes ain't worth nothing. Keep your little 4 minutes. Keep it. I don't want no parts of it. No, thank you. Keep it. Okay? All right. So he said, and a voice was heard, but a body was not seen. Now, this is powerful, y'all. Listen to this. A voice was heard, but a body was not seen because of the fire and anguish. And Ezra said, who are they, Lord? And the angel said they were brought down by lust all of their days. Now, listen, you don't think that it's crazy that the punishment for lust, which normally starts with these, ends with you not being able to see the person, but you can hear them. So the very thing that led you into lust. So right now it's look at me, right? I walk in with my tools out, right? That's causing lust. And these brothers walking in, I walk in with my tools. Y'all done seen them in them gray sweats. Circa, don't say that. You ain't supposed to be looking at none of that. It's gray sweat season, y'all. Woo! T-shirts and stuff. I'm so ready. Ooh, okay. So if y'all don't see my body and I be hollering, but y'all hear my voice, y'all know what I went to hell for. Pray for me, y'all. Pray for me. Ooh, pray for me. Woo! Amen. I'm sorry. Let me go back. Y'all see how quickly the lust demon be trying to hop on Cerca. Pray for me, y'all, because it is sweat season. They got sweat shorts. Y'all know that, right? They got sweat shorts. It's summertime. 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 No, we stop. Okay.
No, we gonna bind him and rebuke him.
Ooh,
he gotta go. He gotta go.
Binding, rebuking.
Thank you, Lord. Thank you for my people praying for me.
We all
But
gotta
y'all know
pray.
what I'm talking about. Okay.
That's like some biker shorts.
Exactly. And the one
We
pieces
all
and the
need
body and the bodysuits for y'all girls with the little crop tops. And y'all biker shorts. Thirst traps. I know all about them. I know all about the thirst traps, y'all. I'm just playing. Okay. All right. So let's keep reading, y'all. So it says they were brought down by lust all their days. And they did not receive strangers. What I tell y'all? The Bible say you never know when you entertain an angel. So when you say you can't sit with us and I don't mess with people I don't know, did y'all know that it's a sin for you to say that? It said they didn't receive strangers. Okay. I don't know them. I ain't worried about it. It said they did not give alms. They were stingy. Write down stingy. Close-handed. You always got we can't even see the white of your hand, as my cousin say. We ain't never seen the white of your hand. We only see the brown part or the yellow part or the olive green. Y'all know what I'm talking about. This backside. You don't get to see nothing. Don't nobody ever see this. Because guess what, y'all? In order to receive, it's the same hand thing is given. Y'all see, it's the same thing. If I'm going to give somebody something, I got to do this. And if I'm going to receive it, I'm going to do this. But close hand people, this stays sin right here. So all the stingy folks in your life, you're going to be like, I know what's going to happen to you with your stingy self. Ain't you? You're going to look at them different when they don't care about giving nobody nothing and they only think about themselves. You know the punishment for that now. And you're going to be like, I not want to do that. See, now it's changed your life, right? If you a married woman or a married man and you've been dressing yourself up for other people to lust after you, tell me this don't change your mind, y'all. Okay? It's a real thing. Okay. So it says, and he walked in as before, and he saw in an obscure place an immortal worm. Its magnitude he was not able to reckon. And in the front of his mouth stood many sinners. Ooh. And when it drew in a breath like flies, they entered into the mouth. And then when it exhaled, they all exited a different color. And Ezra said, who are they? And he said, they were full of every bad thing. And they went about without confession and penance. I'm big enough and bad enough to do whatever I want to do. So if your punishment, y'all seen the flesh cave. So imagine, did y'all go look up the flesh cave part? Okay, the worm, the internal worm. Okay, so you're going to be sucked into some type of worm. And every single time you come out, you're going to be a different color. Y'all, it's probably slimy in there. It probably stink. And you on fire at this time. Don't forget that. Don't forget it's still hot. So it's probably going to stink because musty arms don't smell good. And heat don't help that. Right? I'm just saying. Go ahead, Tiana. Y'all remember we only got like a minute or two. Please don't, because I don't be going to hang up on nobody. I'm just saying that. Okay, go.
I just had a question about the worm. Is that the same worm that they talk about in Enoch?
I don't know.
Okay. All right.
I haven't compared yet, but guess what? Can you do the research for us and find out?
Yeah.
You love us enough to do that, Miss Tiana?
Yeah, I'll do that for you guys.
Thank you, y'all. So she gonna be working on our worm stuff. So y'all make sure y'all remind her to ask. Keep me sharp, y'all. Okay, thank you, baby. Okay, so the folks that want big enough and bad enough to do everything they want to do, part of their punishment is to be sucked into a worm and inhale and exhale all slimy and nasty, a different color. Because you weren't faithful to nothing and nobody, so it makes sense. You will flip flop and just do anything, right? Ain't that crazy? A little nuts. Okay, y'all, we getting through. We almost done. It says, and when he saw a person sitting on the fiery throne, and his counselors stood around him in the fire. Hold on, y'all. Write that down. Somebody was on the throne and his friends was with him. Just write down somebody, with Herod. Somebody read it. Okay. Herod, all the people that y'all saw in the Passion of the Christ that was laughing with him when the lions and stuff was out there, that thought they had power, y'all, he was sitting on a throne that was on fire. Imagine how hot that is. Okay. And then your homeboys is right there with you because they thought it was funny. So all y'all people, y'all kiki and a ha-ha with that got y'all mistreating the folks, guess what? They gonna be right there with you in your hot seat. Write down hot seat, y'all. Please. Okay, it says, and his counselors stood around him in the fire. And listen, they served him from the fire and out on every side. So your homeboys, your friends and stuff, if they edge you on into doing stuff you didn't have no business, guess what, y'all? They're going to be right there with you. Y'all going to be kicking it over there too. Just as hot as y'all want to be. Sizzling. Oh, yes, Miss India.
So this whole flesh pit worm thing, right? I Google it real quick. It's on like kids' games, like that Minecraft game. They have it on that game. Apparently, there's like a national park and everything. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like,
so they'll tell us, they'll tell us about it in a way that makes it fun, but we don't know where they get it from. And here it is right here. But this, y'all keep asking me, why did they take this stuff out? Okay, do y'all think that if they put the punishment for dressing yourself up as a married person in the regular, but they put don't commit adultery and fornication. But if this was in the KJV, do y'all think we would have all of these naked people on the internet and they have the nerve to have a ring on their head? The devil is cunning, y'all. He know if you just say torment, you ain't never really thought about what a torment is, but this breaks it all the way down. Do it or don't.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody said that big the worm is on SpongeBob too.
Yes.
Okay. Now y'all see why I got so many books, because I be trying to see how many cultures this is in. So it got to be real if everybody got the story of the big nasty worm, of the giants, of the witches and the warlocks that do things that actually work. One of the young ladies in here that said she was from Haiti, I want to talk to her because a lot of the videos that I've been receiving have been from the islands, y'all, and the tropics and stuff, okay? And they be talking about how folks be turning into whole werewolves. They be sitting there and that is a whole, well, guess what? If you reading, he came to set the captives free. Who reading he came to set the captives free and got that far where folks was, the demons was turning in people into a werewolf or a different type of animal.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all got there? Okay. So when somebody from the islands come and tell me, or we see that young lady that I had y'all go look at her TikTok, where she said when she had to go to Jamaica, okay, for the summer, her mama made her go, and her and her granddaddy was sitting on the porch, okay? And then he heard something going on with the chickens, and she said, I was 12 years old, and my grandfather started running, and I saw him turn into a werewolf, period. Y'all reading a book right now about people that sold their soul or did some type of magic and they were able to change their body. And we go watch movies about it all day long, but we'll believe it's myths. Right? So I'm going to just read this last and then we're going to take questions real quick, y'all. I promise, Miss Antonia, I'm going to get to you. Indy, I'm going to get back to you. Don't go nowhere. Y'all stay up there. Just give me a second. Ghost Rider, right? Okay. So it says, and he walked, we just gonna skip down to the little verse 40. It said, and he walked and saw men who were bound, and the angels of hell were pricking their eyes with thorns. And Ezra said, who are they? The angel said, they showed strange paths to those wandering. And Ezra said, Lord, have mercy on the sinners. And he saw virgins with 500-pound neck irons on, as if near death, coming to the west. And Ezra said, who are they? And the angel said, they violated their virginity before marriage. Cerca. Y'all, when I saw that, I said, hold on. Now, one of my kids was born in wedlock. Not one. And if I gotta walk with a 500-pound weight on my neck, ooh, y'all be talking about catching bodies. Here you go. You gonna be carrying that dead weight too. About to catch a body. Ain't that what they say? What ain't that the song? Am I wrong? Y'all don't know Catch a Body? That y'all don't know that song? Nobody don't know it.
That's
Okay.
casting a different. They be talking about when they say that, they mean like killing somebody.
I know, but we be catching bodies every time we get a soul tie. See, y'all be thinking that's all they talking about. But they know that words have power. Because people start saying catching a body, they be like, what's your body count? That ain't got nothing to do with killing nobody. Oh, words.
I think the song
one of them rap about a body count, and then one of them rap about catching a body. They know they put them in, and then they play them on the radio right after each other. They know how to program your mind. Y'all worried about y'all body count? I see folks smiling like, ooh. Don't worry about it. Look, circle right there. Don't worry about it. Like, ooh, Jesus. Lord, do I get a year for each one of them? Or is it each time? How is you doing these calculations, Jesus? I'm gonna need to know. Cause have y'all ever heard that song? Forever is a long time. And that's how much. Y'all know that gospel song? Ooh, Jesus, the Lord, help me. Forever's a long time. That's why every time I be trying to look at a small, tall tree, I have to remember forever is a long time because eternity is forever. Hopefully it's not worth it to y'all. Okay, we almost done. All right, y'all. So somebody is gonna be getting their eyes pricked out because they led people on a way that they wasn't supposed to. Everybody that gave up their stuff before they was supposed to. If you go to hell for that, it's a weight that's gonna be tied on your neck. And then don't give your cookies out, girls. Keep your cookies to yourself. Young men, keep y'all cookies, keep them to yourself because it's gonna be a heavy weight to carry. Jesus, Lord, please help me, y'all. Okay. So then it says, now this one messed me up. I hope y'all caught this one, y'all, and then we're gonna be done and I'll let y'all read the rest of them for yourself. It says, and there, I really want y'all to write this down if y'all got the book or highlight it because it's powerful. It says, and there was a multitude of old men lying prostrate, and over them molten iron and lead were being poured. And he said, who are they? And the angel said, the doctors of the law. That's the ministers, y'all, the pastors. Okay, is y'all ready? Want to know why I started learning on my own? Here we go. Want to see it? Here we go. We're going to read that and put pastors and ministers in there. So it says, there was a group of old men lying prostrate, which means flat, and there was hot lava being poured on them. And he said, who are they? The doctors of the law who confused the baptism and the law of the Lord because they were teaching with words, but they did not spur on to work. And in this, they are judged. You've been called a pastor, but you will not go get the information that you need to save the souls. You more worried about this or your prestige. So don't think that these pastors, y'all don't got a judgment. Y'all don't got to judge them, y'all, because it's already a judgment for them. So every time you see a pastor taking advantage of his authority, just know that his punishment is to be laid on his back or his stomach, and hot lava is going to be poured on him. Y'all think about that. That's for eternity, for leading God's people astray. See, people think, oh, ain't nothing gonna happen to the pastor. Oh, baby. Y'all don't know. Y'all know this is why God say don't judge, because I already have a judgment for every sin that there is. He don't need you to judge nobody. If they in a sexual relationship you don't approve, hot lava, that you don't approve of, if they a liar or a thief, he don't need you because he already got judgments for them. That's why he said don't judge nobody, because I'm the judge. And I've already wrote out the punishments for what you're doing. Okay? Miss Sabrina.
I'm sorry, it takes me so long to unmute these things.
It's okay.
No, I didn't know if you were done reading or not. I didn't want to interrupt. I'll just save my question till you're all done. Unless you're done.
Is it about this?
Yeah, it's just to talk about like giving and all that stuff. But I'll wait till you're done.
Okay. No. Yeah, we pretty much are. Go ahead.
Okay.
We're not gonna be on here yet long, y'all. At 9:00, we are getting off.
Okay.
On the dot.
Oh, I was confused. I was like, it's 9:14, but I forgot I'm like on the East Coast.
That's why I'm trying to ask everybody to keep it under 2 minutes so that everybody that wants to say something, y'all can do it. So I'm not trying to be mean and cut nobody off. But okay, go ahead.
I'll make it quick. So you know how like you're giving and stuff like that, and I'm the type of person where like I love giving, but then like I also get like slapped back for it. Like, see, this is why I don't want to give to nobody because something always back. Like I need to stop like thinking like that because like I don't want that to ruin it for everybody else who is willing to receive from me. Like I love donating hats. I love doing all this, but like I feel weird giving a homeless person money because I'm like, what are you gonna do with that? Like I want you to take a shower. I want you to do something good for yourself. I don't want you to go and do something that's not gonna. But
you don't get to choose, mommy. Okay, so
I know.
But look, real quick, what if Jesus thought about that with his salvation for you? Because he knew already that when he died on the cross for you, that you were going to slap him in the face and sin over and over and over. So what if he thought like that?
Get out of there.
About you? Well, I don't know what she's going to do with my salvation. I don't know if she's going to use it for the right things or if she's going to use it to benefit her only when she wants to.
You're right. It's just, I completely understand that. But also, the other point is like, when you do kind of get slapped back, it's kind of like not like discerning for you. It's like, damn, like I wanted to do this for you. And then like,
but you're supposed to get slapped, mommy.
Like with stuff like that. It's like not with giving money, but it's like just doing something good. Like, say if I put a basket of food out, right? Somebody just comes along and just stomps all over and destroys it and nobody gets the food. And it's like, I try to do something nice and somebody comes and destroys it. And that breaks your heart and makes you not want to do it again. But it's like, how do you like encourage yourself to move past that?
When you realize that you signed up for that, that's exactly what you signed up for when you say you being a Christian. Period. You're gonna do things for people and you are always gonna see the craziness in the folks, but God is allowing you to see the world from his view. And he still loved us and he still treated us good. And that is your cross that you bear to feel that kickback. Jesus, listen, y'all, that's exactly what he felt. And he feels every time that we sin or every time that we judge somebody, we are literally making him feel like, why? Okay, do y'all realize that this man let his blood run in the dirt for people that was going to lie and say, God, I'm not going to do it no more. And God, get right back up. Maybe even before the end of the day, you're already doing it. Right? So what if he felt like that about us? We would not have any forgiveness. He don't worry about the money because we tell God, if you give me this money, I'm going to do this. And we don't do that. You might go buy something else that you told God, okay, God, if you let me get this amount of money, this is what I'm going to do with it. And then you change your mind. So you basically would be doing the exact same thing that you're looking at another person like, well, I don't know what you're going to do with it. Well, maybe that's why God don't be giving us our stuff because he knows that we're going to tell him we're going to do right. But then we don't. We go buy something else or do something else. And then we're back asking for more money because we didn't even spend it on what we said we was going to spend it on. Mm. Have you ever done that? Have you ever asked God to, or somebody giving you some money for something and then you took a little bit of it and maybe went and bought something else that you didn't tell them you were going to do?
Me personally, I feel like way too guilty. Like if my grandma gave me money, I'm not spending my grandma's money on getting my hair and nails done. I'm going to spend my grandma's money on getting myself groceries or paying a bill or something. But if she's like, here, do what you want, there's like a different thing. But it's a situation. Honey, what? No, I'm just going to mute myself because now I got to wrap imaginary presents.
Okay. It's okay. All right, mama. All right. So there was somebody. Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to get somebody that hasn't talked, y'all, yet, because I be getting yelled at. So give me a second now, because Miss Tiana, I talked to you real quick today, and Miss Indy, I talked to you. So just give me a second, y'all, because I want to be fair. Okay. So let's go with Miss Brenda, please.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
I'm kind of piggybacking off of what Miss Sabrina said. If God puts him on your heart to do it, he's going to wear down on you until you do it. Quick story: I used to drive 18-wheelers, and the company sent me back home because they said my neck was too big because I might have sleep apnea. Well, they put me back on the bus, and somebody had put this mentally challenged lady on the bus. And she was on the bus screaming, "I'm hungry, I'm hungry." And she was asking the people in front of her for food. And they was like, "This all I got. I'm hungry too." And the couple behind her gave her a half a bag of chips and some candy. She was like, "I don't want it." She threw it on the floor. And it's like I had an angel and the devil on my shoulder at the same time. And every time I turn my head to the window to try to go to sleep, it's like God will turn my head back towards this lady. It's like when we stop, give her money to get her something to eat. And here go the devil. I'm not giving her my money. I don't know if she's a drug dealer, a crackhead, or whatever she might be. They're gonna be judging. Every time I turn my head to the window, give this lady money to get her some food. I go back to the window, the devil again. I'm like, I'm not giving her my money. When we got ready to stop, the last time I looked at that window, I heard this voice just clear as day. Do as I told you to do. I go in my pocket, I give the lady the money. And soon as we get in the bus terminal, she runs straight out the front door. I'm like, dang it. She took my money and she's gone. So we had an hour layover. And we're boarding the bus and I don't see this lady. And I'm like, see God, she took my money and I don't see her. So she's running back towards the bus with a bag in her hand and a cold drink. I say, she got on the bus, she was like, thank you, thank you, thank you. I never had nobody thank me so much for giving her something to eat. So that's why I was telling Miss Sabrina that when God puts something on your heart, he will weigh down on you until you do it. So don't just judge and like, I don't know what they gonna do with it. Just do what God put on your heart.
Come on, that's a good story. See? She automatically thought that the lady was going to do something bad with it, and the lady didn't want no candy. When you hungry, you want some hot food. Maybe that was the only hot food she was going to have for the next week. Maybe she tired of eating a cold sandwich out of the thing or garbage out of the trash, y'all. You could be the difference in a person not committing suicide. I'm telling y'all. Okay? All right. Okay, before we start, y'all, I'm gonna run to the bathroom because we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 people. So it's Tiana, India, Ashley, Miss Debbie, Jamisha, Miss Amber Renee, Shakota, Kimberly, and that's it for right now. Don't go nowhere. Y'all stay up there at the top. I will be right. And Zarvis, really Zarvis, I sent you. I gotta go to the bathroom. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Just give me 2 seconds.
Y'all, my question really could be answered by anyone. Just piggybacking off what those two ladies said before. Like, my dad, he kind of instilled this in me, but like whenever I see someone and they're like asking for money or something like that, I'm always hesitant to give money, but I'll always buy them food or something like that, you know, because they're on the street, so they need something to eat. But like, kind of, what do you do in those situations? Like, I don't give them money, but I'll go get them something to eat or something like that, you know. I don't know, is that like still not doing the right thing? Like, should I still give them the money or should I just
I was saying that in the
way.
chat. Right. This is Hester. I was trying to write it in the chat. I can't type as fast as I can talk. And I'm sorry to interrupt, but that is something that I had to learn. There was a period of time when I didn't have money. I didn't have money today as an example. So what I did, my son and them are on spring break. I know my cousin is overwhelmed. She's got 3 girls and they are whooping her tail. So what I did was Friday, I call it spoiled rotten daycare. So while I'm listening to y'all, I've had a 3-year-old, a 5-year-old, my 7-year-old, and a 10-year-old over here. And we cooked, we've played, they've had Starbucks. I gave them my time. And in giving them my time, I'm helping my cousin, I didn't question her or tell her I'm taking your kids because you look like you're worn out. I didn't say anything. I just got the kids and I found stuff for them to do. And that's me giving back to, even though it's my family member, that's, you can do it in ways like telling them research, maybe there's something your friend is looking for, she can't find it, and you text it to her. There's all kinds of ways to give back, not always giving in money.
Mhm.
I agree.
Well, we talked about that, y'all. We talked about that, but let's get to these people with their hands up, y'all, because I want to get through everybody. Okay. Hold on, y'all. Hold on.
Shut up.
Make sure y'all things is on, because I want to try to get some decency and order, y'all, because folks be going off on me. So, if you, okay, so Mr. Jarvis, because you haven't talked today, go ahead.
Hello?
Hey.
Can y'all hear me? I was on mute and I'm doing something, so it took me a while. I don't really have a question about Ezra. I read it and it shook me. It literally scared me, but I understood it. What I want to say, and thank you for everybody that talked and what everybody said, I completely agree with. And what I didn't agree with, I've been quiet and just try to understand. But what I want to say to you, Cerca, was last night when I talked, I told you I was a dreamer. Okay. I don't know what time it was because I woke up at like 6. So this was the last dream I had. Do you, if everybody can remember when Martin Luther King did the I Have a Dream speech at the Lincoln Memorial, I had a dream. I saw the lake, the man-made lake, and a podium, and somebody standing behind. I can't make out faces. If I'm having a dream, if you're not a part of the dream, your face is black. But for the whole time they talked, I don't know how long it lasted, I kept seeing your face revolving around my head. I wasn't in the dream. It was like a movie, and your face would go in and out, like around, like that, like the orb.
Wow.
And infinite shock. It did it so many times, but I counted 3 rotations. But it did it more than that. And then after that, I was up. It was 6 o'clock in the morning, and I'm up.
Well, maybe God is, I don't know. He making me swear. Is it good or bad now? I don't know.
No, it's a good thing. I'm not an interpreter. I'm just a dreamer. That's why I had to tell it to you. I can't interpret. I can only dream it.
Got it.
So I really don't
listen,
know.
y'all. It's a lot of people that's been waking up saying that the things that we talk about is on y'all mind. That means the seeds are being planted, y'all. When y'all watch TV, you can't watch TV the same. When you listen to certain songs, you can't listen to them the same. No, thank you, y'all. None of that stuff. You cannot listen to it the same no more. You cannot. Even, and I hate to say it, just go to church and listen to Hell and Brimfire, because now you know specific torments. And y'all, this ain't the only place. There's more. Okay, Miss India, go ahead, Mama.
Oh, I just want I kind of put it in the chat. I just was going to kind of piggyback off what Sabrina said. Like, how does she get herself to kind of give and get over that? But I was telling her in the chat that it's kind of like that saying, like, what you do is your karma and what they do is their karma. Like, what they're going to do with what you give them, whether it's your time, whether it's money, whether it's food, that's between them and God. What's between you and God, it was your intention and what was in your heart to begin with. You know, because I've pulled my car up right here on the highway and given a homeless person $20, and the person in my passenger side, oh, they're just going to use that for drugs. That's not my business. It's not my problem. My karma, my peace, my intention, what was in my heart to begin with, what God put in my heart, which was to give it to them. You know, not everyone has the same takes, the same taste or the same likes, you know, because of people's health or religions or diets or whatever. They may not want what you're giving them. Yeah. You know, so sometimes it may be better to just give them a couple dollars. Sometimes it may be better to give them an ear, you know, to let themselves, oh my God, I don't know the English word, to like undrown themselves with you, you know, like pour out their worries. Like maybe they just need an ear to listen. So what should drive you is that intention in your heart. because that's what's between you and God, not what they do with it afterwards.
That's true. I want to say this to y'all. Okay, so really quickly, y'all ready? I'm about to blow y'all wigs back. Is everybody ready? Y'all love Cerca? Show me a hand. Y'all love me. Y'all think y'all do. Y'all ready? Y'all want to hear something? October 26th, I moved into this apartment out of a homeless shelter. Y'all ready? All my stuff was in storage. When I left the state that I moved from, I came here, I moved in with a friend. It did not work out. And it got so hectic and so crazy that I called 211 and put myself in a homeless shelter for 62 days. Y'all ready? Do y'all know? Y'all told y'all I gave my car to my daughter when I left. So not only did I not have a car, I didn't have a place to go. See, I can show y'all a picture where I'm sitting. I hurt my leg at the Salvation Army, y'all. So not only did I not have a place, not only did I not have a car, now I'm in a wheelchair, in a shelter. Y'all ready? Look, and had all of my stuff in a storage. And I kept telling them, I got an apartment. But guess what, y'all? The lady that lived at this apartment, y'all, it took me 5 months. I moved in May. My apartment was supposed to be ready May 26th. I got here May 3rd. Y'all, when I say God took me through it, and I couldn't understand because I already had my place. But I had to go to the shelter to help a young man with his 2 daughters who thought about killing himself, so that their mom is already not around. The older lady that I told y'all about, that God kept telling me to tell her doctor was trying to kill her and that she needed to stop taking all that medicine, and the one that had diabetes, and then she turned around and had a stroke. I had to talk to a lady that was a super Christian, and she was one of the people that was at the front desk, and she didn't know she had a judgmental spirit. So y'all know I told y'all just lay it in front of them. I used to do Bible studies every morning. I would get up, and let me tell y'all, God gave me favor in this place. Everything that everybody else could not do, I got to do. You wasn't supposed to walk around with no cup. Y'all, I had my coffee with me at all times. You're not supposed to bring no food in. They said, we know you got your coffee in there in your room. Yep. And what y'all gonna do about it? Because it's my medicine. I got lupus. And it wasn't like that. They let me have it. Okay? You wasn't supposed to be able to get out of the room until 6 o'clock. Y'all, at 3:55 every morning, I was in the day room reading my Bible. Some places that God takes you to is not a punishment. It is an assignment. I already had my place. I already had, I didn't know, y'all, when I had to go there, I said, why are you taking me here? I had friends who was like, girl, come stay with me. No, this is where he want me to go. Okay, do y'all know that I would be walking to the store and a person would just walk up to me, pull up to me and say, here, and hand me $40, $20. I wasn't asking nobody for no money. But guess what? I needed it at the time. And guess what? Sometimes I took that 20 and gave it right away to somebody that was in the shelter that I knew had access to no money. Y'all, the day after I tore my ACL and my MCL and was in a wheelchair, I was babysitting kids and wheeling my wheelchair up a hill to take a baby to the bus stop because her daddy just wanted to work so he could get his kids out the shelter. Some situations you are put into to be a help to a person that has no hope. God took me there. Not because I didn't have nowhere to go. He took me there because I had to be a help for y'all. Y'all don't even know. Y'all don't even know. And guess what? It got to the point where the people that ran the shelter started making up all these rules because they was tired of the people coming to me and actually getting help. You are not, oh no, God put me here because he know y'all wasn't going to do nothing for these folks. You see what I'm saying? And they was angry to the point where they hurry up and got me out of there. They got me out. Pay my stuff so I can go where I gotta go. Thank you, because my job is over. But this is what goes on. So don't always look at when God sends you to a place. See, we look at it as, oh, I had to be homeless, or I had to go live with this person. You might have been the person that kept somebody's kid from getting molested because you was there. You might be the only reason them babies have a hot meal because the mama is doing some other stuff. You don't know how you're going to impact mothers. That's good mothers. You might be there to teach a young mother that didn't have a mama how to be a parent. You don't know the jobs you go to. Quick talk about you hate it. There's somebody there that you have a word for that you won't give it because you too busy complaining about why you don't want to be here. And when you understand that as a Christian, you're always going to have to go into situations that are chaotic because you're supposed to bring the peace. You're supposed to bring Jesus to every case. God did not send the disciples into places where people didn't need help. He sent them into chaotic situations every single time because he could do a miracle. It's easy for him to send you into a situation. Okay. Y'all getting me? Miss Jalandra.
We're just talking about
oh no, I can hear you. Go ahead, mama. We can hear you. We can hear you.
Can you hear me now? Okay. So what you were just talking about just reminded me of like I think it was last August. Yeah, last August I started working at Wells Fargo. And it was like a very toxic work environment. But while I was there, I met some people. And like one girl in particular, I was telling her about how I had been taking communion like every day because the Bible says to do it as often as you remember me. And so me and my mom had just started taking it because she had mentioned to me how she saw it was like blessing her life. I was like, okay, I'm gonna try it. But I didn't get into a habit of it where it just felt like routine, but only whenever I felt like, okay, he want me to wake up this morning and talk to him and like take the communion and stuff. And so I just started seeing how it was like causing things on my job to be smoother and better. And so then I started telling a girl that I work with about it as well. And so, but the work environment was so toxic. My manager, she was like really rude, really mean to me. I confronted her about it a couple of times. But other times I just let it slide because I just didn't feel like sometimes there's just a time and a place for everything. And you don't just have to confront everything. So anyway, I end up writing a resignation letter whenever it was like 3 months into the job. I just couldn't take it anymore because I also saw the customers getting mistreated as well. And so whenever I wrote my resignation letter, I quit the job. And so like the other day I went to a place I used to work, and this particular lady owned the hair store that I used to work for. And she was like, you don't work at Wells Fargo anymore? Because she used to come and like do her finances there. And I was like, no. She was like, oh my gosh, like everybody is gone now. Everybody is new there. It's only the manager lady that was there, that was over you guys, that's still working there. Everybody is gone. So that's so true what you were saying. Like God sends you to a place to witness to certain people who are in that place. Because that's so funny that nobody I used to work with is there, just that manager.
Come on.
Crazy.
Every place that he puts us to, y'all. I'm telling you, Miss Shakota and then Miss Kimberly. That was good, Miss Jalandria. I'm happy you paid attention to that because most people don't.
You skipped me.
Did I? Well, okay, y'all. Okay. I promise we only got 9 people up here. We getting here, y'all. Let me do Miss Shakota and then we're going to do you, Miss Jamisha. Because I'm trying to make sure that everybody that has gotten a chance to talk on here, because folks get the chance to talk and then other people never get the chance. So I'm trying to make sure everybody get the chance. Can we do Miss Shakota?
Yes. Okay. So I have a question about like forgiveness. So I have a friend, I had a friend that was like, it was a like 13, 14-year relationship. And we just started to drift apart for just various reasons. And so I started to become more of a homebody, and I started getting more into my faith, and I became the boring friend. So from there, we started to drift apart. But she's like the godmother to my children. So recently, I've been trying to like reach out and like to hash whatever we have going on. But it's like she's not really reaching back. She's not really being nasty, but it's more like, oh yeah, I'll be by. So I'm like, yo, come by. Let's just talk or let's hang out. And it's like, oh yeah, I'll come by. But then it's like the day of, I hear nothing, and she won't show up to my kids' parties or anything. But it's like, since I've met you and I've been more into my faith, it's like she'll come by, but she won't come to my door. She'll come to like the building door. So I live in like a building. She'll come to the building door and like drop something off or whatever, but she won't stay long. But she won't come to my door. She even came as far as like down the hallway, like right to my door, but she won't come like inside my house. So I don't know. I'm kind of feeling like, is that more of a like, is that like a spirit that she has that God is like not allowing that to enter my home? Or is it
Yes.
like something else?
Yes. Okay, y'all, listen. The Bible says you never really know what's on the inside of a person unless God reveal it to you. So we will see a person as our friend and don't know that they've been scheming on your life the whole time. And I'm not saying that, but you don't know what's on the inside of her, and God could be keeping you from something. You see what I'm saying? And
Okay.
two, when God is trying to get your attention, honey, he will separate you from everybody if he got something he needs you to do. Thank you. He will start separating you, because if you getting ready to go into ministry, your friendship with her, like, it could cause a rift in what God is getting ready to do. So I know it hurts. Yeah, I know, especially when you used to talking to a person all the time and being close to them. But I'm telling you right now, if God is removing people, you let him do it, because if you don't, you will get burned. You will.
Okay, so it's like I forgive her for everything, but it's like me reaching out was trying to like really put everything to end. But it's like with her not coming back, like doing like, coming back my way, I'm feeling like it's not really like a full forgiveness. And I don't want like my life to be affected, like, like, oh, I didn't forgive her, or I'm still holding on to things to like not have my life prosper. So it's like,
but look at this, mama, you did everything. You've invited her. She just don't come. You did your part. Now you move on, because God got somebody else he want to bring into your space. And it's going to be, not saying that you can't deal with her, but God just won't. Okay. Have you read the book, Don't Get Off the Train?
no, I haven't.
Okay. So this is the book I want you to download. This is the book you need to read. And it's only like 60 pages or something. Hold on.
Okay.
This is a book you need to look for. I think they have it on Z Books. You can get the PDF. Oh, what I do with Don't Get Off the Train, y'all? Hold on. Oh, it's right in my face. Okay. It's by Juanita Bynum. If you're a person that's dealing with people walking out of your life, or you're trying to go, it's people that it seems like your relationships ain't right, go read this book. It talks about us being on the track of our life and letting people sit in a seat that are supposed to get off 2 stops ago. And then we'll start feeling a certain way and be feeling some type of way. And they were supposed to get off 10 stops ago. And it was 2 other people that were supposed to get on our train because they had some information for us, y'all. Sometimes we leave people on the train too long. And then the right people that's supposed to sit next to us only to the next stop can't get on. So guess what? We don't get the information we need. And they ain't not going to give it to us because they can't. It's like you're not with the same teacher from kindergarten to 12th grade.
Mm-hmm.
You get a different teacher every single time. Y'all, don't get off the train. An amazing read. Please go get this. And y'all see, and it's big words on here. It is a quick read. They're occupying space, right? So Miss Jamisha, and then we'll do Candace, I think is next. Y'all, if y'all already talk, can y'all put y'all hand down for me after this so we can get to some people that might not have been able to say anything? Huh?
Can you hear me? Because I just took myself off of mute.
Yeah, go ahead, Jamisha.
Okay, so I first off, like the dress thing, I didn't really think about that. I don't dress like slutty to like get boys' attention, but like, you know how like sometimes you just want to go out and you just don't be feel like getting dressed up. So like I would go out just to be comfortable, but I don't feel like that's worth it no more because I didn't realize that like even if my intent wasn't that, it still could be pursued as that. I didn't even look at it as in that way. And then Miss Circle, like, so I'm in the same situation that you were in. Like, so I have a best friend, like the girl just talked about, like basically she's in a situation where um people are drifting away from her. So it's just me now. Like I read and stuff like that while they go out and party and stuff, and I'm okay with it. But I realized that my best friend, like she's still stuck into it, and she's a really good person, and she be doing polygamy and all of that stuff. But then she's in a mono relationship, I think that's what you call it. And like I had stayed with her for 3 months, and God, I don't know what God is about to see me next, but they gave me to April 1st to get out, and I told them, that's fine. And my heart was heavy, and like they have spirits and stuff that be going around the house. I told her everything like that was going on in the house because like God was like telling me like you don't tell her if something happened, that's on you. Like tell her now. So I told her everything, and then I talked to her about her relationship because I had stayed quiet for a while, but it was like one of those situations where it's like I feel like I'm the only one that really just want her to grow as a person and just be the best she can be, and then everybody else they want her to do what she wants, what they want her to do. So like now, I guess I'm at a point where it's like now all I want to do is read. As you see, I'm at work and I don't even care. I before you got on here, I said if they fire me for being on here, so be it because I'm putting
No,
God first.
no, don't do that. I told y'all don't get fired because I can't pay nobody rent. I told y'all in the beginning of this. Don't do
But I'm
that.
not doing that though. But what I am saying is like I'm putting God first because I'm at a point where like I was saying, I'm starting to understand a lot of people understood my presence before I understood.
Yeah.
And so
Well,
that's why I made it my business to be on here because like I've been trying to get on here like probably like 2-3 times, but like I had the wrong code. So I had to figure that out. But my question is this, because right now, like I said, I don't know what my next journey is. But my question is, I've been asking guys like, show me my purpose. I do have dreams that I want to do. And I do notice that like the way I do my words, because I do write poetry, it sticks out to people.
Okay.
So I have my poetry. So I want to make sure that I'm doing what God sent me to do. Like I don't want to do something that's not meant for Him.
Okay, so this is the thing. I'm gonna tell everybody this. If God hasn't already told you your purpose already, y'all just start learning of Him, and it's gonna be revealed. Just keep reading, and God, you will start to see yourself in the Word, and you'll understand what your calling is. Okay, don't worry about your purpose. Just worry about learning of God, and then your purpose will be revealed. Is that okay? Because I keep telling y'all purpose, y'all already been doing it. Y'all just don't know. And it's probably what you love doing. But Miss Jamisha, I'm gonna move on, baby, because we gotta get moving. Okay, we got a few other people. Okay, y'all. So, I'm trying to see because Miss Kimberly, I don't think you got a chance to go, and then because I know you've been waiting.
Hey, so I wanted to comment on. My parents are from the Dominican Republic, so I used to go there almost every summer growing up, and I used to see a lot of things. I have family members also that are in Santeria and do witchcraft and stuff like that still are doing it.
Mm-hmm.
And since I'm sorry?
I'm familiar with Santeria.
Yes, it's since Hades right next to us, I would just sense a very, very, very heavy spiritual, just heaviness all throughout every time I went. And I didn't know why. And I realized that I had my uncle, and he did Santeria, and one night I found him staring at the moon, just gazing at the moon, and the moon was so close to him. there was no one no one around him at all. And he was just, I guess he was praying or chanting. I don't know what he was doing, but I was like, hey, just calling him. I was like, hey, because I was trying to tell him something. And he was not coming out of it at all. And until he just, out of nowhere, just snapped back up. And I was like, who? Okay. I found that so weird. But there was one video I saw on YouTube that this lady, her grandmother from the same place, Dominican Republic, she was a witch, and she did tarot card readings and hand palm readings and coffee readings,
coffee magic.
and yes, and she said that she used to live with her grandmother, because that's the culture. You live with your grandparents and your parents work and whatever. And her grandmother would tell her to go to sleep at a certain time every night, and at a certain time every night, and she would go to sleep. She couldn't get up at night at all, and her grandmother would go out, literally in a dead person's body. She would clothe her, like she would wrap herself in a dead person's body at night. She did not know this. She lived with this person, with her grandmother for years, and she didn't know, because her grandmother would wake up in the middle of the night, and sometimes she wouldn't see her, but she couldn't get up. She was not allowed to get up in the middle of the night. And people would say that that her grandmother was a witch. She didn't believe it, because she never really saw anything until she saw it herself personally. She went into her closet, and she saw the body laying on the floor, and I was like, what?
Yes, listen, y'all don't believe it. Witchcraft is real, and they put it in our kids' games, and our babies be doing witchcraft. They do. Yes. So I want to say this really quickly, y'all. We got about 10 minutes, because this is not gonna go long. So y'all, we really are running at 2 minutes, because everybody is getting late. It's like 10 o'clock on the East Coast, and everybody's leaving. So I want to make sure I get everybody's questions before they leave. But thank you, Miss Kimberly.
No problem. Sorry, I muted myself.
Oh no, it's okay. We gonna get moving, just because it's getting late, and I know everybody got to get up and go to work and stuff like that. But thank you for sharing that. So now y'all see, this is a good thing, y'all. With us talking to everybody, what they keep telling us is make believing in our mind, y'all. We got people that's living it right now. Okay, we got people that's living it right now. Her grandmother was putting on a whole dead person's suit, and ain't no telling, once she stepped outside of that house, y'all heard the other young lady say that her grandma taught her how to do wards. We just talked about wards yesterday or today. Do y'all see God is bringing it right to us? We talk about it. Boom, here it is. I told y'all was about to be a famine, and now y'all president is on the news talking about y'all. The food is about to be real scarce. Do y'all see how that information comes? Y'all can't tell me God ain't talking. We talk about something, and boom, it is being. God is saying, "Oh yeah, it's real. Oh yeah, open your eyes. It's right here. This is a real thing. Everything, y'all." Because everything that we're reading, y'all can identify with it in our world right now. Right now, y'all. Okay, Miss Ramanda?
Hey, yeah, Ramanda.
Okay.
So my question is, what exactly is meant by when it says they were brought down by the lust of all their days, they did not receive strangers? What exactly does that mean?
Okay, so they were brought down by all of their lust, which means you was lusting after, like Cerca be lusting after the big tall trees. I could go to hell for that. That thing. And then you didn't receive strangers. So if somebody knock on your door asking for bread, you don't give them nothing. Or if a bum come and sit by you and ask you, hey, do you have a shirt or something? That's a stranger to you. You don't know them. Oh, get away from me. You're dirty. Get away from me. You didn't receive a stranger. But the Bible say that could be an angel that you turned away.
Because I get nervous about people coming to the house. Like, I don't like just complete strangers coming knocking on my door, and then inviting them in.
So let me tell you, use discernment. God will let you know, like if your stomach get to moving, don't open the door. What do you need? You know, okay, well, you go out to the street and look at your cameras or whatever. God will let you know, but don't be the person that just because you know somebody, you're not gonna help them. Because that could be an angel and you could be turning away your own blessing. And it could be God in the flesh, because what y'all don't know is this. In these books and in the King James, it said in the last days that God was going to come down on earth and he was going to be walking amongst his people and they wasn't even going to know it was him. So you could be seeing a dirty, nasty person or a chick. God can change into whatever he wants to. A dirty lady sitting on the side of the thing and you thinking that you showing, and you don't know that it's Almighty God in the flesh. Be careful. Be careful. It's a real thing, y'all. See, that's why I told y'all, I got to tell y'all my testimony, because I done dealt with all kinds of situations. I done been in all kinds of situations, being homeless with my kids. Y'all don't know. Y'all do not know. It's a real thing. You never know who you going to come. And people could have thought that I was a bum. I mean, I didn't look dirty. So nobody would have suspected that I was homeless. But I was. And God had me there because I had a beautiful apartment waiting on me. But the lady threw my application in the trash, along with some other people's applications, but God let her do it so that I could go to the shelter and talk to the people that needed to hear. And then they called me back just magically. And then they was getting on my nerves about me hurrying up and more. No, y'all ain't rushing me, and I've been waiting 4 months. It's a real thing. But God wanted me to go somewhere. You see what I'm saying? So I see Zoom user, but I'm gonna go ahead and go with Miss Ashley because we gotta move quickly. I'm sorry, y'all. Go ahead.
I appreciate it, and I'll go fast.
I'm not rushing you, kind of.
Okay, it's okay. I get to talk often, so. Sorry, I just got stage fright.
Hey.
So one of the things, just commenting on what people have said throughout, Jesus was perfect. He walked perfect. He acted perfect, but he still got prosecuted.
Mm-hmm.
And be kindness, spread your kindness, and you might be the only Bible that somebody gets in a day.
That's true.
I got to have a promotion a year and a half ago, and I was able to support my kids on my own with no help from nobody. And it blessed me so much, but I used that position to be a blessing to others. And because I turned away, my brother came over. I hadn't seen him in about 6 months, and he proceeded to put the biggest, shiniest rock of something that I don't talk about anymore in my hand and turned it away. And God allowed me to take one of my employees to rehab and get her help. And then eventually she gave me this. Well, y'all can't see it. It says, "You will never regret being kind."
Ooh.
But she put that in my face because I used to say no good deed goes unpunished. And I'm here to tell you, if Jesus can do it, so can you.
Come on. It's a real thing, y'all.
It is. And I actually lost my promotion. And if I hadn't have lost that promotion and I hadn't have broke down and downloaded TikTok, I would not be sitting here listening to you today.
Really?
That is how good our God is, y'all. And I won't take no more time, but thank y'all. Thank you, Cerca.
Oh man. See, y'all was thinking when y'all wasn't working and stuff, it was about to be crazy. Y'all didn't know y'all was about to enroll in college. Bible school and stuff. You see what I'm saying? Thank you, Miss Ashley. Okay, Miss Debbie, go ahead, and then we gonna hit the Zoom user because it ain't no name there, but the Zoom user has been here for a while, y'all, and we getting close to 9, y'all, and the numbers keep coming. So I told y'all I'm gonna start hanging up. Y'all not gonna do me like y'all did me last night. I bet. So,
real quick,
Miss Debbie, go ahead.
You talked about the pages you wanted us to read in the supergraph of this afternoon. Tell me what that was again.
The vision of Ezra.
The vision of Ezra. Okay. And then I just wanted to say, real quick, God has tested me a bit, and I've listened every time he does. Just recently, I have been in a really tough situation at work. I just, the 3 months after I was there, I just knew it was not the place, but there was a purpose. and I would smudge the office without anybody knowing, because I could just feel all the negativity, and it would build and build and build. And I just said, Lord, just redirect the people that don't have good thoughts in their head. And, they started leaving.
Come on.
Well, I got to the point about a week ago, and I just couldn't do it any longer. Could not do it. They put me through it. But intent in my mind was, if God put you to it, he'll pull you through it.
That's true.
And I got up one morning, Thursday, a week ago Thursday, and I just said, Lord, I can't do it anymore. I just can't do it anymore. But if you say I gotta go, I'll go. He told me, go to the office, gather your belongings, and put in your resignation. Well, I had already started looking at jobs prior to that. And I thought, okay, Lord, I'm going to do it. It was the new moon, and I'm riding home. It was foggy because I did it at 5 o'clock in the morning. And I just said, Lord, it's in your hands now. You're in control. You tell me what I need to do, where I need to go, and I'll be doing it. Well, you know what? I start my new job tomorrow. I know. But I'll tell you what, Cerca, you have really reinforced with all of this group here, really reinforced that, you know what? God is good all day, every day. And we are all in the WOU University. And I love everybody here. And thank you very much for letting me talk.
Y'all, didn't I tell y'all we about to start hearing them blessings?
Yes.
God is getting free. He pays you to read. That's a new job. Yesterday we had new houses. We about to get some new cars. And y'all ain't have to go spend $18,000 to do it. Y'all didn't have to sow a seed and turn around all crazy. All you had to do was pick up the book and say, God, I want to understand, y'all. Y'all, we are hearing nothing but good news. And yes, the devil's mad because we stirring up the spiritual realm. We is outside. We are outside, y'all. We are outside. WOU shirts coming soon. We outside. Now,
I love you, girl.
I love y'all too. I love you too, Miss Debbie.
Thank you.
Okay, Miss Zoom user, because I can't see your name. Put your bonnet on, cutie. Come on, let's see. Hey, TT baby. Hey.
Hello. Oh, who is it?
You?
Oh, okay. Hello. I had a lot of questions because I was watching your live earlier. I first watched you probably about 3 months ago, and then I went off of social media because I was fasting and everything. But had a lot of questions, but what a lot of people said kind of caught my attention because just like y'all said, you said that God can appear or angel could appear in any form or anything. I guess it wasn't an angel, but one of God's children's. Back in December, I had met a young man. Well, yeah, he's 38 years old, and I was coming out of Walgreens with my son and everything. And mind you, that day I received a check, a $1,700 check. I didn't know where it was from. I didn't call 5 different places to verify that it was mine. And it was mine and everything like that. And then so I ended up helping my Aunt LaMonica. Well, I didn't mean to say her name, but she a pastor, helping her with some children and everything earlier that day. Her mom giving the homeless presents and stuff. And I was supposed to go to Walgreens after to get my pictures off my phone. My bad for taking so long. But so I was so tired after, and I was just like, man, I'll just go do it tomorrow. And something just kept urging me, which I knew was God, because I'm going through the book of prophets, and he's taking me every month from last month has been a lesson to me. So he just kept urging me to go to Walgreens. He said, no, you're not about to go home and go to sleep. You about to go to Walgreens, and then you about to go to Walmart. In my head, I'm thinking for one, why Walmart? Because I don't shop there. They support Black men going to jail. And for two, why can't I just do it tomorrow? But I'm on my way home, and then I finally oh my gosh, let me just get these pictures downloaded off my phone. So I get to Walgreens, and the picture thing is closed. There's nobody to work there and everything. I'm just so God, why am I here? And so I look around, end up getting a couple of gifts for some classmates. I went back to school, back to college. I'm a medical massage therapist, and that's a whole nother story too. My bad. But anyway, so I get out of Walgreens and it's this man and he's like, excuse me, ma'am, are you from around here? And my first initial thought in my flesh was like, girl, get your son in the car and like drive off. Like, and don't give him no money either. Mind you, that day I just got a check. And then he said, like, I ignored him and I'm putting my son in the car and he said, excuse me, ma'am, I asked was you from around here. And then like my heart was pounding and the spirit told me, calm down and at least hear him out. And so I heard him out and everything. I said, no, I'm not from around here. And knowing that I stayed like 3 minutes away, I said, I'm not from around here, but I know the area fairly well. Why? And then he was like, well, I'm gonna just tell it to you like this. I just did 19 and a half years in prison and I just got out back in July. He said, this is my 3rd day back in the city of Cincinnati. And he said, my first day here, I got a job. He said, this my first day here, I got a job. This is my first day on a job and they let me out early. My bad. I'm on the Zoom call. Yeah, I'm on the Zoom call. Apologize. And then so he said, I just need you to do this. Call my cousin and tell her that I got off early if she can pick me up. I said, okay. So I called the lady and she didn't even, no, she answered, but she was real rude, like cussed me out and hung up and everything. So at this point, I really do want to help him. And so I said to him, like, if I was to drive in a way, I asked him where she lived at. He told me, I said, well, if I was to drive in that direction, could you make out the apartment complex that she stay in? He said, yeah. So before he got in, I prayed and I told him the rules, like, you know, I told him my rules and everything like that, because, you know, I am a single mom and everything. And soon as I got in the car, as soon as he got in the car, I felt the glory of God. And like, I felt just rain on me and like the angels saying that it was okay. And the first thing he said was, ma'am, he said, dang, you so nice. He said, you trust me with your son and everything. He said, like, I'm not trying to creep you out or anything like that. But like, for real, it's like it was a test or a lesson. You was either go accept me or deny me. And yes. And as soon as he said that, it, like, my face was already tingling. But as soon as he said that, like, I just knew I passed the test. And yeah, I don't like, no, I'm real funny acting. Yeah, like I do not be playing, because, you know, like, you have to be careful being a prophet and everything. Mama, they try to, I'm sorry, I apologize.
It's okay, you all right.
I apologize. Because, you know, you got to be careful being a prophet. Like, many people, like, I didn't came in counsel with witches and stuff like that, but God be having me send me to them places to pray over certain places, like my medical massage school, to pray over them. But anyway, long story short, it turns out, to speed things up, the lady called back. She told me that, let me just speed past that. She ended up not answering her phone calls. God provided me with that check to send me on an assignment. First, I had to accept this assignment. You were speaking about this about a couple of weeks ago, saying before every assignment it's gonna be a test. And I was like, ain't that something? But so basically God allowed me to get him a phone, help him get his social security back, his medical cards, his birth certificate, get him a nice pants, $17 an hour job, get him a case manager, just a whole bunch of stuff. And like, I blessed him. God allowed me to bless him with clothes, shoes, church clothes, church shoes, coats, like just everything. And like, it was over a process over 2.5 weeks, which he stayed with me. He stayed with me for 2.5 weeks, but over the process of 3 months, we just accomplished a lot of me knowing him. And it was just really like a blessing. I was happy to be able to go on that assignment. But I had some questions, because you said something about what is you said 30, 60, or 100% tithes and offering. And you know, can you elaborate on that when you was
okay, so no, the 30, 60, and 100 was your oh Lord, I can't think of it. Is it okay? So like, if you sow a seed, the produce that you would get, or the product, I can't think of the word, y'all, right now, but y'all know what I'm saying. You're reaping and you're sowing. So if you sow one seed, one tomato seed, you get a whole tomato plant that can bring you 30 tomatoes, 60 tomatoes or 100. But I was saying if we put that in reference to telling a lie or doing something wrong, then if you have that coming back to you 30 times, 60 times, or say you tell one lie, you don't know if you got 30 lies coming back to you, 60 lies coming back to you, or 100 lies coming back to you because you sowed that one seed of a lie or confusion or whatever it is. But when you sow and you reap in good soil, God said he's going to bless you either 30, 60. He's going to multiply that 30, 60, or 100 times what you sowed.
My bad, I have two other questions too.
Okay, hold on, Mama, because
something...
we gotta.
My bad.
Yes, so email me if you can. Do you have my email? I can't hear you.
No, ma'am.
Okay, it's Cerca Trova, it's trovacerca@gmail.com. trovacerca22@gmail, right, y'all? Right? Y'all help me. Trova Cerca. Because I want to hear your other two questions. Or if you stay on, we might be able to get to them, but it's after 9 and everybody got to get to bed and stuff.
Yeah.
But I want to hear your other questions because I heard you say prophet. And so you and I definitely need to talk.
Yes.
Okay. Did you get that? Please email me real quick. Thank you. trovacerca@22. And y'all, I am getting emails. Y'all know I'm going to be off tomorrow. We ain't got no Zoom or nothing. I'm only doing story time. Don't be mad at me. Mondays is my day off. And then we'll have a Zoom class on Tuesday. But Miss Candace, go ahead. I know you've been waiting.
Yes, ma'am. I just had a question. I couldn't remember. I know the other day, you mentioned something about looking up numbers real quick. Over the past month, I've kind of cut some significant family members off. Primarily my parents. I grew up in a kind of toxic situation. I was the black sheep, treated differently. And I've always been the giver and the sower in my family, but I just felt like lately I've been being used. And so I cut everybody off. Well, I keep dreaming about 12:18. And every time I look at the clock, it is 12:18. I was also born on 12:18. It is eating at me, and I don't know what it means.
So 12 is authority and 18 is bondage. Those two numbers I do know. The number 18 means bondage. And it's so funny because when my kids were little, the number 12 is authority. Okay? It was 12 disciples. There's 12 of this, and it's a whole bunch of 12. 12 is authority. 18 is bondage. Look at this, y'all. 17 mean victory. Do y'all realize that most kids, if they don't get the information that they need before 17, by 18, they are bound. Young ladies is normally with a baby, and young men is normally jail or a bad career, a record. At 18 is normally when most chicks get pregnant around that time. And 18 is when a lot of men go to jail. Ain't that crazy? You bound to that baby and you bound to your record. Isn't that crazy? 18 means bondage. 17 means victory. 12 is authority. So I would definitely look into the word authority and I would look into the word bondage, Miss Candace. You need to definitely break those words down and study that.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, it's been on me heavy. I don't know what it means.
Well, now you do. 18 means bondage, and you said you just got away. So that means you breaking out of bondage. So you need to study bondage and everything, Google bondage, and then look up everything you can about the different types of bondage. And then also look up authority. Because if you have the authority to take somebody out of a jail, that means you have the authority to take a person out of bondage. Right? In jail, you're bound, right? Mm-hmm. But if you are the warden, you have the keys to take that person out of bondage or not. So maybe God is getting ready to let you know that the studies that you're getting ready to do, he's going to give you the authority to go back to the toxic situation that you were in to let some people out of bondage, because that's why they toxic, because they bound.
That makes so much sense, given that's a whole, we'll have that conversation, but that actually puts a lot in perspective. That makes so much sense.
Mm-hmm. I really need you to study authority and bondage for the next week, Mama. Do as much research as you can about that.
I will. Thank you.
All right, y'all. So I see 4 more people that came, y'all. If we already over our time, y'all. It's 9:00 and we did have 4 or 5 Zooms today. If y'all can keep it under 2 minutes, we gonna do it. But if you can't, I'm not. I love y'all. 2 minutes, y'all, because it's 9:13. Miss Tiffany, go ahead.
I'm sorry. This is. I heard you speaking of numbers. I was just. But my birthday is 12/28, and so is my daughter. She was. So I'm just wondering what. I know you said 12 means of any significance at all, or no?
You gonna be mad at me because 28 got me. Okay, so y'all not tomorrow. Tuesday, I got a PDF that has the biblical numbers from 1 to I think like 900 or something. So I'm gonna have to look for the thing, and I will put the links on here so that y'all can go and look up all those numbers. Are y'all okay with that?
Thank you, India. Yes, ma'am. I saw that she said that.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Yes, ma'am. I'm sorry because I don't know all the numbers, because he bring numbers to me too. So the ones that be relevant to my life, some of them I didn't forget because they mean something to me.
I just always felt that has to be some sort of a significance in order for my daughter to be born on the exact same day as me. I don't know.
I agree because my son was born 9 days before me. His birthday is the March 1st and mine is the 10th, but he was due on my birthday. But I was like, I don't want to be pregnant no more. Take this baby out. Now, take him out.
Before, actually. And I have on my birthday. My firstborn was also born on his birthday as well.
See, everything happened for a reason. So we're gonna get to Tay-Bay really quickly, and then Kijana, y'all, and I'm not taking no more people after that because I'm about to go to sleep. Miss Tay-Bay, what we got?
Okay, real quick. All right, so boom. Somebody came on here to talk about Ollie's. So I went to Ollie's and I was trying to look for some books and I ain't really find no books. But I stayed on Zoom a couple of days ago and you was talking to somebody about their children and you was talking about daily devotionals. Here are two. I have one for Brave Little Girls and I got one for Brave Little Boys. I mean, I picked up a few. So I think one girl was named Kimberly. The other one, I don't remember their name. But I picked up some for y'all kids. I picked up some for y'all kids. So please email me. I will send these to y'all. And if it's more of y'all who want these, I will go back to Ollie's and pick them up for y'all. Okay, that's part one. Part two, I was also in Ollie's and apparently everybody wear red shirts. I have a brand called God Bless Jesus and I was wearing a red shirt. So this dude came up to me. Well, somebody came up to me and they was like, oh, you work here? And I was like, nah. And they was like, oh, red shirt. So this dude came and he was like, God bless Jesus, thumbs up. And I was like, oh yeah. The night before I was talking to my mama and I was telling her about all this and I was just really doing the whole spiel thing, whatever. And I was like, well, what if somebody asked me this and I don't know the question? What if somebody asked me this and I don't know the question? Literally, dude turned back around. He was like, can I ask you something? Is God and Jesus the same person? Like he literally started asking me all the questions that I was telling my mama, like, what if somebody asked me and I don't know? This is why I'm researching everything. And I was just like completely honest. And he was like, yeah, because I'm a believer. And then he summed it up and he was like, yeah, because God gives people special gifts and everybody's not called. And some people can see angels. And you should just really continue studying and stand in your word. And because women could preach to the world too. And I just thought that was mad crazy. But yeah, so I'm gonna drop my thing in the email and in the chat for my email. So I will send y'all these books and I'm done.
Just want to say, y'all, come on. Okay, so God done told you get ready to preach to the people. And then he had you go buy some word to give away, which is the same thing that you do when you preaching. You giving God's word away. I just hope you're ready, Tay-Bay. I just hope you're ready, TT Baby. Is you
I'm
ready?
really not, but we gonna work on it.
We working on it. We getting out here for y'all. Come on, y'all. We his ministry. And look, that's 3 books for sure today that's giving away. And I don't know what y'all doing in y'all little groups that I ain't a part of. You Slack and the Warriors and all of that. It's probably all kind of stuff being exchanged through the mail, the flip-flops and stuff. All right, come on, Kijana.
Okay, so hey, this Kiana. You helped me out last time. I'm the girl that you talked to about the noise with like the boom. When I was
I was
hearing, when I told you I was hearing the loud bang, waking me up out my sleep.
I remember.
Okay, yeah, it's me. I'm just so you know who it is. The question I have, I'm gonna make it real short, and kind of straight to the point. I'm kind of piggybacking off of, I think the lady name was SHY. I think it's short for Shay.
Dakota.
And I think she was saying how basically, she was going through a phase of just like, people just breaking away and stuff like that or whatever. So the question I have for someone that is in a process of, just being isolated, you know what I'm saying? Completely isolated. Like everybody's just kind of like, falling away. Even the people that you kind of socialize with still kind of treat you with a long handed spoon, even though you haven't done anything, other than try to, help or whatever. I'm just trying to figure out outside of, this Zoom, with you guys having, I'm gonna be honest, I don't feel as alone. Not saying I'm not alone, because I do have a spouse, don't get me wrong. But I'm just saying, just having fellowship with other people outside of just my husband, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And not just feeling like it's just us against the world, you know what I'm saying, type of situation. And just wanting to have regular friends that's in the same tribe. So I'm like in a season where I just don't know how to what's the word for it? Be a lone wolf, you know what I'm saying, on this walk. Like just being a lone wolf. Do you have any advice for anybody that's being isolated and pushed, kind of pushed away to do whatever it is that God's calling you to do? Like, do you have any, like, if, like how you said that you were moved and stuff, like what would you tell somebody that was in a situation that you were in, that you dealt with, of being isolated?
I'm gonna tell you right now, y'all. I would need y'all to write down the word. If there's anybody on this Zoom, YouTube, or whatever, I need y'all to write this word down. It's called cocoon. You are being transformed, and it's only one butterfly in a cocoon at a time, and it's a tight space, and it's dark, and you cannot see. What I need for you all to do this evening, if you have time, is to go look up the lifespan of a butterfly and what that worm has to do, that caterpillar has to do to crawl. Do y'all realize that a caterpillar has to crawl and be worried about ground animals and bird animals to get to the base of the tree? Then once they get to the base of the tree, they got to worry about the squirrels and stuff that's in the tree to try to make it all the way up to a branch to be worried about the birds that's in the branches. So now they're not worried about the ground animals. Now they're not worried about the animals, thank you, that's at the base of the tree. Now they got to worry about the bird that can pick them apart. And while worrying about all of this, they are only thinking about the transformation they are about to go through. Okay, so when they finally get to the branch that they plan on worrying about, it's gonna take them a minute to spin that thing. So while they're making their cocoon, y'all, predators are still coming. But if you can make it through all of that, the grass, the base of the tree, the animals that's on the base of the tree, make it through the birds that's on the branch, okay? And then get to the place where you can finally start to spin your web, you're gonna be happy you in that cocoon by yourself. Because that is where you learn you.
A word.
And you stop blaming everybody else for why stuff ain't going right. And you learn that you're not so nice, and maybe you thought you was. You learn that you're a judgmental person. So everybody that is being taken away from, you are in a cocoon, honey. Get used to it. Because if you fight and try to get out, your wings ain't going to be developed and you're not going to be able to fly. So then you'll still be able to be attacked. And you will not be able to fly over the people that were able to attack you at first. But guess what? When you start flying, it's a whole new animal. Because now you got to worry about only the people that can fly. And they in your category. Okay? But I really do need y'all to go look up the life of a butterfly. Just like I really want y'all to go look up the mining of a diamond and what it takes to take literally how they find it under 300,000 pounds of pressure. All of these things are great metaphors for what y'all getting ready to go through. And the only reason I know, because they over here in my notes. I was like,
no,
oh.
I literally just put it up. It's 29 days when you was talking to me.
Come on. 29 days. But I need you to look up the process, the whole process.
I will.
And apply what you are going through to each part of that transition, y'all.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Yes, ma'am. Find out, everybody.
I'm sorry, did you say a diamond?
Yes, look up the process of mining a raw diamond from start where they got to dig to finish. And it ain't a whole bunch of research. They got it. And they show you how much pressure, how much dirt, once it comes out, what it looks like, then how it has to be cut on so that the light can shine as bright as it needs to be. There are certain angles that have to be cut. There are certain things, and they can only cut it with something that is as strong as it. This is why your tests are so hard, because a diamond can only be cut with another diamond. So God can't bring nothing soft because you will crush it. And then you still won't learn and you won't be cut. But if it is the butterfly thing, if you are alone, it is because God needs you to be okay with just being you. And not being so concerned with all of the everything else so that you can get to know you. Because guess what? When you stand in front of judgment,
I'm
it's
just gonna be
only
by
going to
myself.
be you.
Right.
So you can keep your mind preoccupied on everybody else and everybody else's issues and what's going on with them. But if you do not do your own transformation, they're going to be flying over you and you're going to be a ground animal. You're going to be left here. Oh, gosh. Y'all hear me? So I love y'all. We about to get off. I hope this blessed y'all. Look up Minding a Diamond. Look up the process of being in a cocoon and transformation, y'all. It's a lonely process in there, but it's worth it. Because then you're going to fly over all the tests you were stumbling on before. And now you're going to have a new level of predators, but you'll be able to weather that storm a little bit better because now you got some wings. You ain't got to crawl. You see what I'm saying? But you got to go through the process of transformation, y'all. So I love y'all. Make sure y'all get your reading in. For those of y'all that didn't finish Ezra, y'all can do that. And then we'll take some questions on Tuesday, okay? Good night, everybody.
so
and I'm
much,
hanging
Miss
up. And I
Cerca.
see y'all
Good
don't
night.
be needing me. Y'all be in here
Love
talking.
you,
So I'm
Cerca.
going to
Thank
hang up.
you.
Good night. Thank you.
Good night,
Night,
Cerca
y'all.
Thank
Trova.
you.
Be blessed.
Night.
Good
Nice,
night.
family.
Thank you.
Good
Stay on the
night.
group
See
chat.
y'all
Good
later.
night.
Have a
All
blessed
right.
night.
We
You.
outside. You the
Night,
first one to
everybody.
know we
We
outside.
Good night,
outside. We
everybody.
Better your
We
work.
outside.
Good
outside.
night.
Sonia.
Love y'all. Good
Ladies,
night, everybody.
everyone, be blessed. Be
We
safe.
outside
Good night.
university.
Good night.
Good
Good
night,
night.
everybody.
Night.